The other one too, always love seeing people saying where they're from, where they're tuning in from. But like you said, Tack, I think we have to talk a little bit about how have we felt about Aqua Inferno? Like, what have we thought about that event? I personally liked it. I
Absolutely.
think it's been a cool
Ooh,
concept.
me too. Me too. Following up a team of the season is always a challenge, right? And I think Aqua versus Inferno, according to general community feedback, of course, there are mixed, reactions from individual players, but I think Aqua versus Inferno did really well. I loved to see all the memes and conversations about, oh yeah, Team Aqua, Team Inferno. I picked Team Inferno, obviously, very happy to have Pelé there included in my lineup. I want to hear about you guys. How do you feel about Aqua versus Inferno, and which team did you pick? Let's go, Team
Yeah,
Inferno.
I went Team Inferno. I think I was pretty happy with that. I did also get a Pele, and then I recently got Vidic for my back line, so pretty happy with those two. And I know, like seeing on the community channels, a lot of debate around the different strikers that have gone out. Is it Eusebio? Is it Bale? And then even just looking at some of the center backs, like there's Vidic, but then also Campbell. People were talking about. So a lot of cool discussion there. And I'm seeing in chat a lot of people as well sharing who they picked and who they went for. So it's been a fun event, but I think Tack, we're all ready for Ragnarok, right? We've been
We
kind of
are.
hyping it up the past couple days, and I feel like everybody's stoked for this new kind of mythical, almost like I don't know how to put it, like these.
Yeah,
There's a
it's
mighty winter
mystical.
chapter we're starting with. Yeah,
There's like some
mystical,
fantasy
mythical.
elements in there, so we're all up for a big adventure. I hope you guys are ready.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the theme of it is kind of like the old guard of these footballers that are like icons, heroes, just legends in their own right, who are then battling it out. And then the second half of the event, which we're not going to have today, but we'll have in a few weeks, is kind of like the new guard of like the rising players that are ready to take their place. So it's all kind of themed around a Scandinavian, like Nordic style vibe to it, as you can see by my background, and we'll check in the game. But if everybody's ready, I think we can pull up the player item video here, Tack, and kind of you guys saw it yesterday, and I saw a lot of guesses, and most people were, I'd say, Tack, most people were pretty spot on.
Yeah, yeah. I think the harder one there would be the English cam, right? But I think the biggest highlight here is OVR is going up to 111 now.
Yeah, how do we feel about that? I feel like that one's been a talking point in the community. I think a lot of people see 111 go, "Whoa, what's this?" But then on the other hand, there's a lot of excitement in like upgrading your team. And then as we'll check out in the event, there's like the new shards, like trade-in values, the gems as well, gem pack, that we'll check out too. So I think with that, it's kind of like this rising tide and this ability to get players that can maybe replace some of the older guys in your lineup from a few months ago. That's what I'm
Yeah,
always excited for
absolutely.
with new events. It's like
Because my
maybe
team
some
is
of those
pretty capped out.
106s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
it's definitely exciting, but we're probably
Mhm.
ready, right, Tack, to
Oh,
show it
I think
off? I
we're all
feel like
ready. I
we've
think
got
we're
it
all
here.
ready.
We gotta do it. Yeah.
All right, let's show the
So
player banner.
let's do it. Let's see if we can pull
There.
this one up in full screen just to get the full view, because I know that we want to see every single guy in here.
Of course, the highlight goes to 111s, but plenty of options there. Want to hear from everyone. Did you guys get it right? George Best was easy. Carlos Alberto was relatively easy, especially considering we just had an upgraded Cafu there as a Brazilian right back. But it's Bobby Charlton as our English 111 OVR cam.
Look at that. Yeah. Some pretty exciting picks there. I think also the Puskas there, the 111.
As
Um
a surprise.
and yeah, and then I mean a Drogba 111 is always interesting. I know some people have said that he's maybe not the smoothest on the ball, but I know like going up for headers and just being a presence up front, he's always exciting. And I've seen some people talk about Haji as well, the 110 right mid. I think that would easily be the one of the best right mids in game. We haven't seen a lot of them for a while, so nice to see
Yep.
them getting representation. And like you said, the best at left wing. Usually he gets right wing items, so a little bit of a change, but that one's exciting.
Yeah, the tip there was the flag, right? It was
Yeah.
not a hard guess to make, but plenty of exciting options here. I'm particularly excited about Carlos Alberto or Capita, but plenty of new exciting players. This podcast, we'll check out the stats later. We'll actually check the status of most of the players later. But yeah, in reactions here, I got chat here. We're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitch, and we're live on FCM TV. So shout out to everyone.
Yeah, and someone's saying the item art looks beautiful. I have to agree with that. I think it's kind of a mystical look, fits the background too with the kind of starry night. So really love how that came out. And speaking of Starry Night, Tack, we do have a new stadium that's also coming in the Ragnarok event. So we'll show it quickly here. We can pan to the next one. And like we had in Aqua Inferno, like we've seen in Code Neon and other events, there's a custom stadium. So this is a little look at it. You can see the Viking on both sides of the team, and like you can see the Starry Night, Borealis a little bit. So you'll be able to play in
Oh,
this stadium in the new event.
yeah, and look at the runic details on the sidelines there. It's all about the details, guys. All about the details.
Yeah, and I mean we see people in the community talking about getting new custom stadiums, so it's great to see these coming in for the big events. And yeah, look forward to seeing you guys score some awesome goals in this and scouting camp as well. So I'll just get the gameplay build here ready to go, and we can get
Oh, I'm excited.
started
Yep.
pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right,
So remember, this is
got it
coming
up.
Thursday UTC, and we're all going to get a first look here at the content that will be available right away.
All right, here
Ooh.
it is. And tack three icons on the front there as well. Actually, one of them's a hero. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but did we want to talk about these three, or are we gonna kind of leave these as a bit of a hint for
Let's
future weeks?
leave it in the air because, as most here noticed, Ginola, Nedved, Bergkamp, they were not in the player banner. But remember, this is a long event. First, we go through Mighty Winter, then we have After Daybreak. This event is split into phases. So there's plenty of time for us to navigate through it. And, well, for the smart peeps out there, they'll catch the hint of some of the upcoming players.
Yeah, they'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So
There's a
let's go through Ragnarok.
All right, Antoine. What do we have here?
Yeah, so this is kind of in the first chapter. You can see kind of one of the milestone players is a Larson here, red rank, and then some of the weekly rewards. So some little quests to get gems, Masheranos, training transfer, because you're going to be completing some of these, and then also there's some other milestones and weekly rewards after you've completed that throughout the different weeks of this event. But you might be saying,
Oh,
all right, I want to see how I get the main currency, right? And that's where you come into the main chapter and you come here into this Mighty Winter pack and you claim a token, and it's one of several different tokens you can get. So Bifrost, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, or indigo. You get one of those, and then based on that, you come into this Bifrost section, and then you pick the one that corresponds with what you got. So I got this one here, which was the Bifrost Orange, which means I can play this match to get myself some Mighty Winter tokens. I also got myself the Bifrost Blue, which means I can play this one to get some more tokens. And then I also got myself the Indigo Bifrost currency, which gets me some more tokens. But as you can see, based on which one you pull, you can get different amount of tokens for doing different things. Some of them are just a pack, some of them are playing matches, some of them are skill games. So a little bit different in how you get it, but at the end of the day, Tack, it's about getting these Mighty Winter tokens that I'll scroll over here, and that's where you play some extra matches or skill games. Star skill games are coming back again. That was the thing, Tack. Everyone seemed to like the Star skill games, right? Those were a lot of fun.
absolutely. It was a breath of fresh air. It had some more depth to the traditional skill games. So great to see Star skill games being featured here in Ragnarok again.
So
Here we
you'll
go.
be going through this little mini path, right, every week with the aim of getting Ragnarok tokens as well as Mighty Winter shards.
Ooh,
So you'll notice these
shards.
are Mighty Winter shards. They're not Ragnarok shards. So keep that in mind. And then, as you can see here, this is Asgard, which is the first chapter. Then Muspelheim, second chapter, and Niflheim. Sounds funny saying that. The third chapter, and you'll get different rewards for these, which you'll then take into the rewards chapter. And this one's interesting. If you want to walk us through this one.
Yeah, so first of all, it's a vertical scroll. They're back. It's been a while. I don't remember when was the last event that we had to scroll vertically. If
Right?
you guys remember, let me know, but I can't remember. You're going to get your tokens, come to the rewards, and there are more rewards here waiting for you. So you complete this Yggdrasil path here, and you find rewards like the Mascherano that Antoine is displaying there. I believe I saw some shards, yes. Player items, and this will be the first like reward path. There's more coming in the future, especially after we release the second stage of the event called After Daybreak.
So, quick little trivia one for everybody in chat is what is the last event where there was a vertical scroll in a chapter? I want to see the historians of FC Mobile. Can you name the last vertical scroll event? Drop it in chat if
I
you know.
I really don't remember.
So the one that comes to mind here, this is a real throwback, was
Hmm.
the Treasure Hunt Atlantis from 2020. If you played that event, there's like these different pillars that you have to scroll down and claim rewards. But I think there might have been one in
Oh, there
Retro
we
Stars.
go.
Yeah, that's what
Looks like
Retro
people are
Stars,
calling
guys.
out retro stars in 2023 season. I had one of the screen teams in mind that I remember having, like to haunt trick or treat actually, few houses. Oh, well, always impressed by everyone's knowledge here, and I'm always also impressed by my bad memory.
Oh no, chat's got it. Retro Stars 2023. And also I see some people in chat who remember that Atlantis event. It had actually a similar color scheme to this, and it was around the same time back in 2020. Real throwback.
Real
But
throwback
nevertheless,
nostalgia.
gallery chapter. Ooh, look who's in the
Gallery's
gallery
back.
chapter here.
Mm-hmm.
Is back.
Look at that Ginola in there. Just waiting for his turn.
Ooh, look at these 108s to 111s. Week 1. So 3 weeks
Um,
here of Mighty Winter, and then we go into After Daybreak. But there's different players, more younger players, kind of the new guard. But right away here, you can see the full list of players. 1250 for Charlton, 1500 for Carlos Alberto, and then 1250 for Best. Let's check out
First
the just the
impressions,
shard amounts, right?
everyone. Yep. And remember, we are increasing the OVR cap. So that also means that there are tweaks to how many shards you get after claiming, um, after exchanging the players you get. There were also changes, a buff to the daily gem pack that we get. We'll show you afterwards. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, I can just show it right now. Actually, we got it's
Okay, there we
105
go.
plus, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. So the daily gem packs being increased. I know it's always a shock when you see, the shard exchange and how it's changed after the previous event. Oh, my 105s are worth less now. So just give it some time. We'll monitor feedback. We'll see how things goes, but that's expected given the OVR increase there.
Definitely. I feel that's a perfect transition to do the gem pack right now
Oh,
and to
are you going
see
to
this
pull a
walkout.
classic Ant one again? Pull a 111? I swear this is not rigged. Okay.
105.
Okay, Ant
Back to
one,
Earth.
you're one of us. You're one of us. You're a normal human
I'm
being.
a normal FC Mobile player. But that walkout though, chat, the
Oh
animation, just want to
yeah.
watch it one more time. It kind of went really quickly. That's lovely. I love the door opening. What do we think,
Yeah, what do
chat,
you
about the
think?
walkout?
Yeah, pretty cool. A few comments here about how it resembles Hollow Legends.
Does a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah,
similarities
yeah,
there. So next up, Tack, I feel like we got to check out these top player stats, right?
absolutely. I usually take a look at the stats before the live stream, but this time I wanted to get a live reaction. Sir Bobby Charlton, 5'5".
111,
Mm-hmm. Look at that dribbling.
132 dribbling.
Great attacking midfielder.
Yeah, this one's nice. Yeah, that shooting stands out. Look at that.
Yeah,
131 finishing, the shot power 135,
for a cam.
and
Yeah,
decent
absolutely.
pace too.
Mm-hmm. 5'5" makes a lot of difference if you're using like one central attacking midfielder. Because then you can distribute those passes, you know, run into the box and score. Really good.
Yeah. Good amount of traits here as well. High, medium. The skill points are the regular skill points for these, but I feel like with these stats, and that's really good dribbling and shooting. All right, let's get the first impression, Tack, of your new right
Okay.
back.
Ooh, Carlos Alberto Capita. I'm kind of glad that I skipped the Cafu. Um, ooh, good base. Very, very like high defending stats, very physical, good stamina for a right back. I am curious to see the attacking and defending work rates. If we could showcase this to everyone, very
High,
important,
high.
especially for fullbacks. I like high high. How do you guys feel about high high? Ideally, we want to have like a low high, medium high, but high high you can work around.
Yeah, I'm curious to
Ooh.
know like where does he compare with other right backs that have come out, like the 109s that were in Utah, or even the UCL 109. This one looks
Based
really good
on
though.
his team of the year player item, I think this will be up there in the top tiers. I'm excited.
Now let's check out the third of those three featured players we showed in
Ooh,
the
boy.
video. George Best, 135
Okay.
pace, 134 dribbling, left winger.
Okay. Uh, this is great. Like being a left winger makes it even more special because you got your right foot to
Just left
curve
right
the
wing.
finesse shots. So, ooh,
Yeah, look at that.
wow. Okay, yeah, he might be on a class of his own so far.
Medium low here with roulette as the
Mobile, yeah,
base.
yep.
I'm seeing people say Kvaratskhelia versus Best here. How are we comparing those two?
I do like the
Let's check
strong
out
right foot.
Drogba here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Mm-hmm. Good physical,
And
great shooting.
That shot power, 139.
Mm-hmm.
And then
See how
power
like it's
header here.
distributed? Yeah. Our
I don't know.
header,
I
a
haven't really
must
used
for
Drogba
Drogba.
items. Yeah. Does anyone in chat use Drogba in their team? I know some people like the way he plays. Others are preferring more of a smaller dribbler.
Yeah, it's a matter of preference. I think depending on your playstyle, you can always fit him in.
Definitely. And then Ledley King, 110. When's the last time we had a Ledley King item? I feel like it's been a few months. I don't know, chat. When was the last Ledley King item in FC Mobile?
I remember Code Neon when we had that challenge mode.
That's right. Yes, that was that featured challenge mode one.
Yeah.
132
Oh,
defending, 123 physical.
good base. Good OVR there.
Not too bad. For 650 actually. That's a
Yeah,
pretty
I think
decent center back option.
the highlight there is the shard cost.
Then we have Roy Keane as a CDM here. Can play CM. This guy's just going to be defending and physicality, good stamina, 2-star skill moves. I feel like that's something that might deter some people, but if you're just looking for a destroyer at CDM, he will do the job. Medium high. Let's take out Haji here. Right mid. Not saying he's mid, he's a right mid for people who thought I said otherwise. He
No,
can
I think he's pretty
play
solid.
cam
Yeah.
and yeah, 126, 126 for pace and dribbling. 4-star skill moves, 5-4. Now let's check out Lampard here. I feel like Lampard items pretty well rounded. Nothing like amazing in any category, but 4-star skill moves can kind of do a lot. I don't know if he's got the defending that some people look for, but it's still pretty decent. Play cam, CDM.
Yep. Well rounded. I think the thing there is if you're looking for like an OVR spike, he might be a great option there.
Yeah, 650 as well for the shard cost. Guti. Love the passing here.
Guti.
128.
Absolutely.
He can
Does
probably
very
play
well
at
with the
cam too. Yeah.
passing improvements that released.
Yeah, look at those short passing, long passing vision. All over 132. That's really good. Good crossing as well. This is interesting. It's his action shot doesn't have the long hair. I'm always used to seeing like
Mm-hmm.
long hair Guti or like shoulder length hair. But for 300 shards, that 109 is a pretty decent choice. And then
Oh yeah.
Dan Byrne, 109.
I'm a
You're
fan of
looking
Dan
for
Burn.
height. Yeah, height in the back line. And he can play left back too, although I would probably not play him at left back. He's very much a center back here.
Correct me if I'm wrong,
130
but
strength.
in in the real pitch, he has like this trademark move where he kind of like use his chest to return the ball to the goalkeeper when crosses are being floated in the box. It's really cool. I think it's really unique. So caught my eye.
Composure to do that as well.
Wow, yeah.
And speaking of guys who are cool under pressure, I feel like Chesney fills that pretty well.
This guy's really cool. This guy's
109.
really cool. Great goalkeeper. It's dunk,
He's
not
got
burn.
long
Okay,
throws.
thank you. Thank you for correcting because I was wrong.
109 Chesney for 450. If you didn't go for Van der Sar
Mm-hmm.
or some of the other top goalies, this could be a decent choice for a 109. And then we have Pedro here,
Pedro
109
always
right winger.
has solid player items. because it's his weak foot. Pretty cool. Good dribbling.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he's the most meta of choices, but
Yeah.
for 300 shards, if you really need a right winger. And then we're at Abedi Pele here, 108, 119 pace, 123 dribbling. Again, yeah, for 200. And then we'll check
Yeah.
out quickly these 108s here. Guerrero, you can probably play left mid. Yeah, he's got left mid as secondary position.
Probably also
High,
has high
high.
working rates. Yeah.
And then gotta shout out Arturo Vidal. It's been a minute. Still playing. The Chilean. Play center mid as well. Good defending here at 120 and good physical for a 108.
Yeah. A true legend. For everybody
And
asking
then,
about Puskas, wait a second. We
yeah,
got you.
we'll get to him. He's not in the gallery. And then Santi Cazorla, this guy, still playing.
Wow.
5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. This guy, I remember just tearing it up at Arsenal for years. Can play cam or left mid. It's a good like sentimental pick. You're not looking for like a meta center mid, but just somebody who's good at passing and dribbling. He's your guy. And that's for week 1 of the gallery. And I feel like we should just go to exchanges real quick, right, Tech, to
Okay,
talk
yeah.
about Puskas? Yeah,
Let's
let's just
give
do
them
it.
Puskas. I am also
All right.
looking forward.
So Puskas is in exchanges
Ooh. Ooh,
and
look at that pace for a
131
striker.
pace. Ooh,
Wow.
133 shooting. First impressions, chat.
We're not going to
140
show the
finishing.
requirements, but this is this is really good.
High, medium. Good amount of traits here.
Being left-footed is also a plus for me because if you use like an attacking duo, for an example, you can pair him with a right-footed striker. Pretty cool. Dexterity, a fan favorite.
Yep, I have to go for it. 140 finishing is what stands out to me. If he's fully leveled up, and we'll check if he's in scouting camp so we can see what he's at red rank with 25 levels, but that finishing is going to be really high. And while we're in exchanges here, just want to showcase some of just the base Ragnarok Mighty Winter exchanges. These ones will be no surprise here, but different ones for different OVRs and limited exchanges. And then let's check out the Defining Legacy ones that are coming out here. Some new 111s for some of the 109 Defining Legacy players. So Pirlo, Raul, Del Piero, Zola, and Cole all have 111 versions where you use their 109 along with some extra requirements to essentially upgrade them. So we can't show you the exact exchange requirements, but it's a nice little upgrade that you could get. Like let's say you really like that 109 Pirlo and you're like, you know what, I really want to keep using him. You can put him into this exchange with some extra currencies and some players, and then you can get the 111. So I feel like we got to check out the stats here
Absolutely. I
of
think
these
it's a great
111s.
way to for defining legacies to keep up with the OVR increase. So let's say you just got your 109 Pirlo, you have a way an option to get up there and keep up with the OVR increase. Pretty cool. Big fan of Pirlo.
Yeah, the passing obviously stands out. Medium, medium.
Hmm.
I have to make sure here not to press on the actual
Yes.
exchange itself to show the requirements.
Be
These are
very
precise
accurate.
tapping. And
Oh,
we
good
have
striker.
Raul here.
Hmm.
Yeah. high medium, Del Piero, 5-5 as well here,
Hmm.
123, 127, 125.
Yep.
Wow. Someone saying, I hope Antoine slips up. Well, you know what? My fingers are shaking when I'm doing these.
One tap can
High
break the
medium.
market, and one. Don't let the pressure get
I
to
know,
you.
I know. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal if I do, but
No, it's
I have
okay.
confidence I can tap it. Zola here. So would be curious to know for those of you who maybe have already claimed some of these 108s or 109s from Defining Legacies, how do you feel like this 111 upgrade is compared to the existing Defining Legacies ones? Like let's say this Ashley Cole, if you have the 109 Ashley Cole, how do you feel about seeing this 111 Ashley Cole in terms of the stats and the upgrades?
Ooh, it's
Seeing
actually
some dubs in
great left
chat.
back. Yeah. Of
Yeah,
course, it will depend on the requirements and everything, but it's an option. And it's cost efficient if you already have the 109 anyways. Good left back.
yeah,
Highlights for me would
130,
be the
123.
Ashley Cole and the Pirlo.
Yeah, those ones stand out. I'm seeing a lot of people asking about League Exchange, so I'll just go right over to it. Just some extra little bits here um, are going to be the token here for Star Pass points. Also, we're checking in around people who have leftover Aqua versus Inferno tokens. So we'll keep you guys posted if we have news there. I know that's been a big talking point in the community if you've played a lot of Aqua Inferno and you kind of have the
Yep.
tokens sitting around. So no news on that just yet, but we'll let you know. But league exchanges. So two new league exchange players are going into the league exchange section here. It's a 108 SCN for 30,000 league tokens and then a 110 Shevchenko. So we can just check these guys out real quick.
It's hard to compare him to the players we've just seen, of course. And he is more like a upgrade for maybe players who are starting their FC mobile journey now. I don't think he would be able to fit in most of our teams here. Let's look at Shevchenko. Shevchenko does come at 110 OVR. Solid.
Base
You have
110.
a base 110, exactly.
Yeah. I feel like that may sway some people if you have a lot of league tokens.
Yep.
It's maybe like a stopgap. If you need to get that OVR upgrade, but you're not ready for the 111s just yet, he could be a good one just for verse attack and kind of get you through the next few weeks before, say, you go for like a 111 Puskas or maybe another 111 that we saw in the exchanges. 134 finishing, general 127 shooting, decent pace as well.
Yeah, like long shots and penalties are lower down there. So the distribution makes sense. Stats.
Yeah. And then also just going to mention that the bundles here will include the new Ragnarok players all the way up to 111. So if you do have a lot of these and you're going for the 104 pluses or even the 105 pluses, these are untradables, but you can still get the 109 to 111 that are from Ragnarok. And then, yeah, just looking through here, the different.
Speaking of
And
offer,
then
Antoine, we do have a few changes to the Star Pass too, right?
that is true. Let's check it out. Beckenbauer, 110 base.
Beckenbauer. in previous star passes, we were seeing, like a watered down version of a top player being there in the paid section of the pass. Now for Ragnarok, actually like taking a step back and going full on with a top notch player right away. So it's easier to connect, like the value there. So whenever it's out, your research, see if it makes sense for you. Beckenbauer is looking pretty good. Comes at base OVR of 110, and it's already in red rank.
Yeah, medium high. What do people think of medium high for their center back? I know his previous item was also a CDM in TOTS, the 109 there.
Yeah. I think for a CDM, it makes a lot more difference. As a center back, it's very, very rarely that you see them, pushing up. So I don't think it will affect his performance that much as a center back.
For sure. And speaking of updated rewards, there's also the new season of Division Rivals, which will be starting in at the same time as Ragnarok. And we do actually have a little graphic to pull up on screen before we jump into the game here. So we can see here, we'll also be posting this later, but some of the Division Rivals rank rewards based on your rank in Division Rivals. So some new logos as well. And then the new 111s are actually part of that. So different ones, all 102 all the way up to 111. So similar to last month's tack, but still some new rewards, and the logos will be fun.
Yeah. What draws my attention the most is the the logos. We'll be able to show you the animated version and all, but here's a better picture of everything that you can claim on your way through the divisions.
Agreed. It's been fun playing Division Rivals with a new system. It's I've really liked how the stars work. It feels like it's easier to make progress and understand where you are.
Yeah, and since we have everybody here, I would like to ask, how are you feeling about Division Rivals now that we're, wrapping up the first season after we completely revamped how Division Rivals works and looks? Please tell us. Hmm? Plenty of W's, mixed reactions. Cool. Good for progression. Much better now. Oh, yeah, that's pretty much in line with what we have been seeing across, our channels. So good. Really, really happy. And look at that logo. How do you guys feel about, like these logos that have context behind, like you have to earn it. It's hard.
Yeah, I like this one here for FC Champion. And then there's even
There's also yeah,
the board
the
here, the profile board.
mm-hmm, that you can showcase in the weekly leaderboards.
I'm curious who in chat made it to FC Champion in this Division Rivals season.
And those first few days do not count, okay? We all remember what happened.
Just too easy. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I feel like we'll ask again before the next season. We'll see a very different answer. But it would be good to know. I'm seeing a lot of people saying me. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
sure the first few days made it a little easier. No, that's great though. So I think this upcoming season will be a little more realistic in
Mm-hmm.
terms of making
Mm-hmm.
a TFC champion. And then just some other bits on Ragnarok here is the quest. And as we mentioned, if you finish all the quests, you'll get that stadium that we showed at the top of the show. And there's also a Ragnarok kit for claiming your reward here for finishing the milestone rewards in the rewards chapter. And then yeah, a lot of the similar quests here. Um, and then we should check out Defining Legacies because there is a new chapter coming out for Juventus. I'm curious, chat, what do we think of Defining Legacies? We didn't do a stream for it last week, but would
That's
love to
true.
know your first impressions of it. The star skill games in there. Division Rivals gets you a legacy point. And then I feel like we saved this one. Like we wanted to do one of the trivia questions, right? Tack with everybody in chat.
Yeah, it's trivia time.
It's trivia
I'm
time.
sure that this will be easy for the majority of here, but we want to ask, and let's see if we can get a poll in chat. Where did Juventus finish in the 2011-2012 Serie A season? Option A, 1,
Let's see if
first
we can get.
place, B, second place, C, third place, or D, fourth place. This will be the first question here. It's a spoiler. But let's test our knowledge.
We'll pick the answer that the poll has the majority with. We'll see.
Lots of A's. L is not an option, I'm afraid to tell you guys. It's
While we're waiting for that, let's check out the milestone here. 20 extra shards, more pass points, more Mascherano's, and a 104 Marquisio as well that you can put in for shards. All right, I think we have consensus, Tack, right? It's option
mm-hmm.
A. All
Yep,
right,
option A.
let's confirm it. And it was
There we go. Very
correct.
good.
Good job, chat.
Good job. Good job.
You guys know
Our
your
friendship.
Juventus Syria trivia.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Actually, let's just check. Is the Chelsea one in there? Okay, this one was already up there. I can answer that one. They didn't lose any home games that season, right? Yeah.
Good job, Antoine.
I mean, I answered it a few days ago. So but I do remember that 04-05 season for Chelsea was they were unstoppable at Stamford Bridge. They like it was John Terry, Carvalho, Ashley Cole, and then I'm blanking on who their right back was, but then they had like Makalele, Essie and Lampard in the midfield. Like they were defensively so stout.
That time was when I got to be more of a Chelsea fan. Really like that lineup.
Yeah, so many of that lineup are either heroes or icons in
Yep.
the current game. It's kind of like that Milan team from like 03 or 07.
Mm.
And then you just see the full team and you're like, wow, like 10 out of 11 guys here are straight up icons. Um, all right, so defining legacies we went through. I think it's time to check out the arcade. FC Mobile Arcade. We teased it yesterday. And we had a lot of people asking, is this Retro Stars? To which we have to say, no, it is not Retro Stars. What it is kind of a new little arcade game that you can play where you go on the pitch. Actually, we'll just pull up this how to play.
Okay, let's pause here
So
for
you
a
play,
second.
yeah.
Help Antoine clear the pitch. So let's all together as a community help Antoine clear the pitch. And while doing that, you'll be able to claim rewards. And one reward that's there that Antoine is helping us to claim from the pitch is actually Mighty Winter Shards. So that made me really excited to play this.
Yeah, so play division rivals matches and you get a ticket to play at the arcade. And as you can see, that little character is very similar to me. So I'm going to be mowing the lawn and trying to get rewards for everybody. So I feel like I'll just kick off the game, Tack.
Yes,
And I
Antoine,
played it
let's
before the
clear the
show.
pitch.
Let's clear the
Let's all
pitch.
help Antoine.
It's a
There we
white
go. And
cap
you,
though. But I'll wear
yeah,
a white
it's a
cap next time.
Whitecap. You're a Whitecaps fan, so it's still very
Hey.
similar. So you were not lucky this time. You don't have any of the shards there as options. So all you have to do is play 3 division rivals matches, and you'll be able to get a ticket to play this arcade game. It's just like a side activity, gives you like some extra rewards. But as you can see, you can get player items, you can get event currency, you can get gems, coins. So it's just like a little side activity where we all as a community help Antoine clean up the pitch for us.
Yep. Touching grass, guys. You have to help me touch grass and make sure the pitch is clear so that your ultimate team can really thrive out there. So
We can all touch grass
it's a
together,
thankless
Antoine.
job, but it's
Really cool to see
a
you,
humble
like
job on the pitch
venturing
here.
out for side hustles. There we go. So
All
there you go.
right.
You got
I got
tokens.
some
You got
awards.
100 plus player item, a few gems, coins, and I did test it myself earlier today. And in my little mowing section, I got charts there, so that was really exciting.
Yeah, I feel like this one wasn't a great representation of the rewards because I did one before the show and there was shards, there was a Mascherano in there.
Hmm.
So you may get better rewards. And if you don't, well, you can blame the little Antoine there mowing the lawn and tell him do a better job, mow the
Yeah,
lawn better.
if you don't get shards on your lawn, then it's Antoine's fault. Okay.
Yeah. It's in-game Antoine. And oh, actually, we should mention that this arcade mode may not show for users who are under 18. So if you aren't seeing it, that may be as intended. So
Yep.
just letting you guys know if you are under 18, you may not see this. But we do have some more of these arcade games coming as well in future weeks. So we'll keep you guys posted on what these look like. And it's just kind of a chill way to get some extra rewards for your team.
Exactly. The chill arcade mini game. For everybody
Yeah.
asking about extra time, yes, there will be changes, but as you know from previous shows, we don't have it here in this version of the game to share, but expect changes there.
And then just going through Football Center, here's some new season highlights. Would recommend playing those season highlights. Really an easy way to get some like 101s and 100s and just by playing simple PvE matches. So if you
Yep.
forgot about those, make sure you head into Football Center and clear those so you can get yourself some extra players for extra time tokens, which is pretty
Absolutely, yeah.
useful. And then end of
It's a
era
great
ones here
source.
too are just, yeah. And then these are just the end of era players. We went through these last time, but if you forgot about them, some nice little memories of these players at their clubs.
Yeah. And speaking about
And
not
then
forgetting things, please don't forget to, as usual, try to spend your Aqua versus Inferno currencies shards before the event ends. It's always good practice.
yep, that is a very good shout. And as we mentioned, we want to check out scouting camp with this Ragnarok team. And right off the bat, I wanted to see Puskas here at red rank 25. Obviously, skill points aren't in the right place, but still, just to check out his finishing and shot power 170, shooting up to 165. And yes, some people asking what is debug. This is a build in progress. So if you are seeing some things that uh, are different, it's because it's a dev build and won't be showed in the actual live
Yes.
build when this goes out on Thursday UTC. But as you can see here, I also want to just check out the best at full 25, 168, 166.
And remember, not all the dexterity points were spent in there, so it's not optimized, but it gives you, a good sense of the ceiling this players can reach.
100%. And I feel like we're at that time in the show where we want to share the code um, so that you guys can get a reward for tuning in. Tack, if
Exactly.
you want
We
to
have
do the honors on this one.
yeah, we have a gift for everyone. The redemption code today is Ragnarok's. It's a little bit of a wordplay there, just so nobody would, guess the codes like you guys already did before. So go to redeem.fcm.ea.com and claim Ragnarok's for a 100 plus Aqua versus Inferno player item. So I hope it helps, for the last push in Aqua versus Inferno to finalize your plans, claim your final players there, in the gallery and get ready for Ragnarok. And thank you everyone for watching yet again here with us. Just a small token of, our appreciation for the community. So good luck to everyone. Hope you all get the luck that Antoine has here during the shows.
I don't know. You might have just jinxed it.
Oh, maybe, yes, maybe.
Santi Cazorla.
Oh, pretty solid.
Hey, I'll take it.
108.
I don't know if I'll use him in my team, but I might just have to head over to the shards.
Yeah, worth a few shards.
Oh, interesting. Not showing up for me here, but it should.
It should,
When
yeah.
it's
Let's
live, it'll show there. Yeah.
Yep, we'll bring it up. Cool.
So
And
yeah,
again,
unfortunately,
extra
guys, no
time.
extra time info. Yeah.
Yeah. No extra time. We usually play some head-to-head matches, but we're using a different version this time. We couldn't test it before, and the ping was pretty high for us. So imagine my already, like mediocre gameplay at high ping. That would not be a sight to see. So let's just chat. I'm curious to ask everyone here about your first impressions of Ragnarok. This is the first stage, less than 3 weeks, called Mighty Winter, and then we'll have After Daybreak. But what do y'all think about Mighty Winter so far? Player items, the chapter, rewards, mechanics. Tell us, please.
And then also just showing some of the 107s here, and 106s and 105s. Very much fitting the theme of more veteran players.
Taking a look here, chat. Tech, don't worry, you play better than me. You know what? I don't know.
There's a
I think
question
you're
about
just
the
being
Aqua
humble.
versus Inferno. Yeah. They were asking about the Aqua versus Inferno final reward. So last time we heard there's a little something for the winning team between Aqua versus Inferno. But don't want to ruin the surprise. It's a nice little something if you pick the winning team, but we won't say who won it. It's just
Mm-hmm.
something nice to have. And then let's see if there's other questions. Division rivals around if you get reset back down after the season. That's a good question, Tack. If it's the same thing as last season.
I am going to quickly pull our division rivals deep dive.
Yeah, well, we may have to check back on that one. So it's a good question.
Because, yeah, I think you go back 5 divisions or ranks. Wait, let me check here. You get relegated 5 ranks. Okay, so there's not division, sorry, 5 ranks, but you can't go lower than Pro 5. Okay. Thank you for the question. I think it was Brown, right? Who
Yeah.
it over?
And then I guess another question for everybody in chat is players that you want to see over this summer or over the next few months. Are there any specific players that you feel like, you know what, I really want to see their player item added to an FC Mobile event? Because I know we see a lot of the top icons coming back, like we're seeing Carlos Alberto, Charlton Best, and we've got some others coming up. But if you can drop in chat, who's a certain player that you're like, yep, he needs to get a top player item. Would love to know, and we can try to like work that into the feedback for future events. Always love
Absolutely.
seeing the suggestions that come in from chat.
Yeah. And lots of Ginola here. We've seen Ginola, being here, serving as, a model for Ragnarok. So that's a clear tip of some of the upcoming players, Burkamp and Nedved also included.
Seeing some good
Sears.
names here.
CR7, but with 5-star weak foot. Very
Oh
specific.
man. Oh, seeing some interesting names of maybe some guys who have just come back to playing after some time off.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Not sure how that's gonna work or look like, but that's a good shout.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think today though we went through a lot of different players and like obviously defining legacies and Ragnarok so far being very icon hero heavy. But after Daybreak, which is in 3 weeks' time, which we'll have a show for, we'll go through some of the more rising star players, live players, um, and then hopefully some of the suggestions that you put in there will be in there. So definitely excited for that. We're always looking at your feedback, whether it's on Reddit, Discord, different social channels here in chat. So
Yeah.
it's always awesome when we get to see your feedback firsthand and then make it happen in game. Um, so yeah, I think that's kind of everything that we had tack from today's show. It was a fun one, a lot of content, and I'm excited. Tomorrow, it's going live. It's gonna be fun.
Breaking news before we wrap it up. I just heard from Jason here that the arcade games will not be restricted to only um, accounts that are over minor ages. I explained that terribly.
18.
So everybody will be able to play. Okay, this is fresh
Oh,
information. We'll
that's breaking
have
news.
to like
Okay.
double check everything, but that's just some fresh information that we got here. Uh,
Oh,
nice.
breaking
Thank you,
news.
Jason. Exactly. So everybody can help Antoine to mow the lawn and clean up the beach.
Yeah, it's
Very
very
good.
important. Very important to get all hands on deck here to mow that lawn
Absolutely.
and get those coins and gems for your team and Mascherano's and shards if you get them. So
Yep.
it's a great way to finish the show here on a light tone. But as always, it's a pleasure, guys. Love being here and chat with you guys. And then I can't wait to see you tomorrow for the Ragnarok event, along with all the new content that's dropping. So make sure you jump in at reset or around then, and we'll catch you next time. It's been an absolute blast.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, and see you next time.
Take care.